So it all begins with online booking, really. I mean, especially with the coronavirus situation ongoing, online services, whether that's booking or whether that's proper telemedicine, have become extremely popular, well ingrained into the public consciousness, and it's not something that's going to go away. So in terms of booking, there's a lot you can do. And it's all about making things as transparent as possible for the clients while maintaining the appropriate level of control for yourself on top of that. Because you don't want to give all the power to the client to make a booking, because then you have no control over your calendar, for example. But at the same time, you do want to give them that, I don't really want to say illusion of control, but you do want to give the appearance that they've got a lot more say over matters than they really do. And trying to create a sort of middle ground there, which tends to work well. So the way we do things in Medesk is making online booking available in whatever way suits your practice, really. So you can help people to book by their individual issue or the problem, their presenting complaint, say. You can allow them to book through reading a biography and seeing a picture of the practitioner, and then seeing that particular person's live availability. You can, of course, bring your professional network into things and let them book into your diary essentially directly. And of course, you should be offering some degree of telemedicine in there as well. Now, in trichology, of course, it's a very sort of hands-on profession, quite literally. You're examining the scalp in a physical examination. So it's not appropriate always to rely on telemedicine on its own, but it does act, I find, as a very good adjunct for at least understanding whether the client needs to come in and see you, whether they need to be referred elsewhere, sent back to the GP, for example, or whether whether that telemedicine consultation in itself is enough. So you're just giving people every opportunity possible to avail themselves of your services. And so the way we do it in Medesk essentially is we can create all sorts of stuff like service lists linked to individual practitioners, certain times of day, certain locations, all the rest of it. And it's all pretty bespoke, and it's set up so that your practice is essentially displayed online in terms of its availability and what you can provide. But again, not in such a way that the clients can see exactly what you're up to. The idea is just to encourage them to realize that you're really available. They can book straight in, and that's all there is to it. And of course, bios are always good. I find that bios in particular, if you just put a nice profile picture of yourself there, a bit of a description about what you stand for, and then something like educational background and whatever else you see is appropriate. And I find that people are much more willing to book and ready to go through the booking process if they can see who they're eventually going to be consulted by. It does, in almost all cases, tend to work to the better. And again, make sure you do offer some degree of telemedicine there, just in case the client, for example, is reluctant to travel, doesn't want to attend physically, and maybe there may be a government mandated through the government that they cannot actually travel to you from their area. It may not be appropriate for them to do so. So at least gives you that ability to provide some level of care and direct the person accordingly. Even if that's just to say, advise them and then book an appointment for a later date. I mean, it could be as simple as that. You can use it as a screening process. It can be the service itself. It just depends on what is appropriate for the condition at hand, really. We release new videos every week. Hit that subscribe button to learn how to grow your practice faster.